we are going to be doing a good old like photo vlog style, where we bring you guys along for behind the scenes look at how we actually shoot photos, whether that's for Instagram or any other photo missions that we might be doing. I think one of the best ways that people can learn is almost being here with us. So that's the goal with these videos. A lot of the parts are very raw and uncut and really just showing you guys what it's like to be here with us and explaining like our thought process and the reasoning behind a lot of the things that we're doing and why we're doing them. Make sure you guys stick around till a little later on in the video, because if you watched a few videos ago, we are actually giving away a smartphone gimbal from Zion, the Smooth X, and if you guys entered that, we are going to be announcing who the winner is a little bit later on, so make sure you stick around to find out who it is. I'm ready to shoot some cool photos, shoot some fun b-roll, and bring you guys along, so let's get into it. This is going to be our first occasion. We've got these really cool palm trees, this little pathway and some stairs looking down onto the beach. We can shoot some photos of Hannah walking here, and then we can work down onto the beach and shoot some stuff there as well. It's a little bit earlier in the day right now, so we still have some slightly harsh light, but it works quite well, and especially with this like beach vibe that we have going on, it can sometimes work in our favor to have a little bit of a harsher light. It gives it that like hot feeling and that summer kind of vibe when you're looking at those images. It can be a little bit tricky when we're actually shooting the face. We need to be careful about the light and the shadows that we're casting on the face. But for general shots of the beach, they actually work quite nice in my opinion when the sun is a little bit higher. Something I really like to do when I'm shooting portraits or photos of people is that you can get them in a nice like sort of pose and the vague idea of how you want them to be, but then you can do small variations within that. So while they're standing there, they can do small little movements around, slightly changing their body or where they're looking, and you can do the same with the camera, slightly change your angle up and down and moving around, making sure you're getting a lot of variety for that one shot. Something that I like to do, and something you will often notice if you're shooting with a more experienced model, is that as you are shooting and clicking the shutter, the model can hear the shutter going off, click, 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 and every time you do that, they slightly shift their pose and just move around as that click is happening. And you get in sync with the model and shoot like that, and it makes it work out really nice as they're moving around like that. There's this really nice little setup down on the beach with this rock, and we're going to shoot some photos of Hannah with a little setup on the rock. But what I want to do for this little shoot is I want to show you guys a before and after of how different these two photos can look when in one of them we are using props and accessories and little outfit things, and then the other one we're going to show you with none of those things. And I want to show you how much of a difference it actually makes if you guys introduce some things like accessories, whether that's like a towel or Hannah has a water bottle and like a cool hat. All of those little things that kind of add all up together that end up making this huge difference in your photo at the end. Another benefit of having all of these accessories is it gives your model something to work with and something to use to like feel more natural and act more natural. They can interact with the things. They can be drinking from the water bottle or taking that hat on and off or shaking the towel out or laying the towel down on the sand. It just makes them feel more natural, and you can shoot that process, and like we were mentioning earlier, they won't look just like so frozen the whole time. shooting, if you have a really blown out part of your image in your photo, it makes it really hard to make it have a nice even exposure, because all of those details in those highlights are lost and you can't get them back. So by slightly turning and not including that bright part, which is the sun, it looks the same, but you don't have that massively overexposed part in your image, and it ends up looking way better. Check out the difference between these two photos that are like pretty much identical, but the one includes the sun and has the sun in the background being all blown out, and then by slightly shifting just a little bit to the side and skipping out having the sun in that frame, look how much better the image looks when you don't have that massively overexposed part. I think these last couple of photos that we just got on top of this rock were possibly my favorite ones for the day. That could be because the light is looking so nice and low right now. But that also means that we better get out of here and head to our next location for a more sunset type of vibe. I could stay around and find like 100 more photos here. It's like such a beautiful little spot. But let's bail, get to the next spot before the sun sets and we miss it. So that's going to be it for this location. Let's head to the next one. This is our second location. We kind of like up on this little lookout on this mountain thing, and we're gonna get sunset right there. I think this pathway will work out nice because we can just sort of draw some more attention to the subject, which is Hannah, rather than just having her standing like on the side of the hill getting lost in like the vast background kinda. I'm gonna get nice and low down here so that I can use this pathway as a bit of a leading line as Hannah heads down. And then we've got the sun setting in the background. That's pretty cool. You can see now that the light is like really nice and soft and beautiful, so we can make the most of that by shooting nice close-ups of Hannah's face. It's going to be really nice and glowy and look amazing. Hannah's coming a little closer, and then we're getting her right up against these flowers so we can sort of shoot a nice close-up of her face. For all of you guys that commented on the video giving away the Zhiyun Smooth X smartphone gimbal, I have a winner. You are right here on my screen. You guys want to check it? You ready for this? Boom. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
The winner is Giovanni Lars. I hope I'm saying your name right, but we are gonna reach out to you on Instagram or see if we can find an email or something like that. Get your details so we can send you out your brand new Zhiyun gimbal, dude. Congratulations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found some of these tips useful. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.